And now I'm going to show you the WFG side, because I think the reality is you don't have to choose between the two, other than, well, you have to pay for the WealthWave 360. You also get a WealthWave email as well. I see a quick chat here. How do you connect your LinkedIn page? Okay, when you post to LinkedIn, Michael, that's a great question. Just click the LinkedIn link, and then it's going to bring you to LinkedIn and ask for permission to post on your behalf. So that's really all you need to do to add your LinkedIn profile. Just go into one of the channels here and then click the LinkedIn link, and you'll be prompted to link your LinkedIn profile there. Now, it's not really a choice between having to choose, do I go to using the WealthWave platform or the WFG campaign manager? In fact, after I show you this, if you think it's useful in different ways, you can actually have all of it. In fact, the WFG side doesn't cost anything. So I'm going to show you that right now, because I do think that there's some very useful things from the World Financial Group side, because we also built this side. The Dream Start Here video was actually written by our team, and then also produced with all the languages and all that. And so you know that the Dream Start Here video is available right here for right at the front there. And this is what it looks like. This explains. I also love the 6 steps to financial independence are put there. Opportunity for entrepreneurs. It's an incredible website. One of the greatest quotes: "Money won't solve all your problems, but it can solve your money problem." Love that quote. Where I think that would be really useful are 2 different pages here: products and providers. This one showcases the basically AAA providers that are available if you are talking to someone that's licensed or hanging their license with WFG. Transamerica, Pacific Life, Nationwide is on your side. Prudential, Voya, all these great companies we have access to. And this is a great way to just say, hey, we're not a basement operation. We are a multi, I believe it's million, if not billion-dollar company. I mean, we paid out almost $1 billion in commissions in the last couple of years there, just reaching that. And so if you look at all that, it shows, okay, no matter, maybe I've had different experiences with different WFG people, these are the real companies that they deal with. My favorite page by far, though, is the platform and model page. And by the way, if you guys are licensed today, if you're licensed right now, you have an active license, and it's already out, you can get this website within the next 60 seconds just by launching it. It's already compliance approved, so when you click launch, it will take 60 seconds, and then you'll have this website. This page alone, I think, is why you should also have a WFG Connects website. Because it explains all that. Here is my favorite part. When we were putting this together, we wanted to make it so that it was very useful and also attractive for you to explain what is the difference between me joining this team, me joining Angelo, or me going to a traditional agency. What's the difference? So let me walk you through these 4 slides really quickly. We're different by design. A traditional agency is you have an individual agent work for a manager or a business owner of a firm. In this industry, in this traditional model, the business owner hires and trains people to work for the firm. In our model, it's independent business owners. There are no employees. You're a business owner. You work together as a team with an invested interest in the success of each other. Here's what happens. On the left side, you can see there's an unequal contract. You have somebody who makes most of the money or all the money. They have the highest contract. And when you make a sale, you make less than them. It's just necessary. You cannot make the same amount of money as that person that's at the top of the traditional agency. Regardless of your background and experience, they earn the most. Whereas here, everybody has the opportunity to get a senior marketing director contract, which is exactly the same. So if I was direct to Angelo makes a sale, he makes a certain amount. If I had the senior marketing director contract, I would make the same amount as Angelo if I made the sale. Exactly the same. I have the same contract as them. Yes, Angelo has a generational override for being super base for his team, but we're making the same, and he's not taken from my pocket. Okay, that's an incredible benefit. In order for this person on the traditional agency to make the same amount, They have to leave. Team members must leave to get an equal contract. They either stay within the same company and no longer are under this person, or they leave the company and go to another company because they had a better contract that was offered to them. Whereas in this model, everybody can become a senior marketing director, then continuing to build senior marketing directors from their base shop. So you are there. With an equal opportunity, people tend to stick together, just because everybody can get the same contract and they work together. Now, what happens with this guy is he or she might actually take some of the people away. It's possible, but they start building their own team. The person that they originally brought on has now become the competition because they want a higher contract. But guess what's going to happen with them? Most likely, the most ambitious ones, the most skilled ones, will end up doing the exact same thing to this person that this person did to this person. Whereas here, our model can be continually scaled. Everybody has the opportunity to build, to get to the SMD contract, and that is how we are different by design. What I really enjoy about this is that it's visually there. And what associates have told us that they actually do it during their hiring interview. When they're sitting down and somebody asks, hey, what's the difference if I go to that kind of firm? What's the difference between you two?
Carlin, this is one of the best things I've ever seen in 24 years. This is really, really good and really classy. I had never seen this before. I mean, I've explained it 100 different ways, but the way you guys put this together is really excellent. Like, kudos, man.
Right. Thanks, Angela. I feel the same way. I think this is an incredible way to be able to explain this model here.
Because people want to know why they shouldn't go to State Farm or why they shouldn't go to Merrill Lynch, and you're basically breaking it down. I mean, this is I don't know how many times I've told this story in the past 24 years, this over and over and over, why we're different. And when you explain it to someone, it makes all the sense in the world. And it has something this visually appealing. Just to be able to go to your website and show them this, I think it's classy in and of itself, so on a tablet or anything, this will look really nice.
Right, I agree. You see, the opportunity that we enjoy here is it's so good, you don't need to hide it. So you just need to tell somebody, hey, if you're looking to be a lone wolf, just to go selling insurance, going door to door, you want to do that, like we may or may not be the best opportunity for you. Okay, we're here to work as a team. We're here to scale. We're here to build passive income, create businesses that we can pass on to our family. If that's what you're looking for, where you have unlimited, opportunity here, maybe we're for you. But if you're just looking to do a sort of a lone wolf thing, just look at it right there. Then lastly, I'm just going to breeze through this because I know we're past time here, but 4 ways to build income. Of course, somebody's going to ask you, is this commission only? Is this commission only? Is this commission only? They're always asking that question. And the answer is yes, no, it's not. It really isn't. It's not that simple. And there's 4 ways that we primarily build income. Personal income. You write business with your own pen. As you reach the senior marketing director level, you get the highest contract of personal production there. But you're also building an agency. You're training, mentoring, helping other business owners be able to build a business, investing interest in them. And some people say, well, you're overriding the production of a new person, and isn't that sort of like a hierarchy structure and all that stuff? Well, there's no company that doesn't have a hierarchy. But in this case, imagine the senior marketing director, and I'm sure Angelo does this, that he talks to every new associate and tells them, my job and my focus is to help you become senior marketing director, to get the highest contract in our company as fast as possible. And I bet exactly that's what you guys do as well. That's very different than when you work inside a traditional type of company. And so that agency income, helping them become senior marketing directors, that's where the expansion comes. Expand anywhere in North America there, as long as you kind of get the right licenses and follow the laws. And then there's also bonus incomes, where you own a pro rata share of an override of the whole field force. So this is a great page, in my opinion, to explain the business, especially during the hiring interview. And I think if you don't have this, you should get it. And let me just show you real quickly how to be able to get this website before we close off. And let me just bring up the video here. So if you log into MyWFG, you want to click menu on the top right. And let me just...
We can't see anything right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull it up here. So if you go into MyWFG, click menu on the top right, and then click Recruiting and Selling, Marketing Resources, and then Campaign Manager. All right, so you guys can take a screenshot of that or write it down. So recruiting, menu on the top right, Recruiting and Selling, Marketing Resources, and Campaign Manager. Then follow the steps. There's 2 more clicks I think you need to do. But once you do that, you're going to get into the WFG Campaign Manager. Okay? So let me jump over here. And then but before we end, I'm going to show you a link where if you want to set up either of those, you want to set up WealthWave or you want to set up WFG, we can help you with either one. And I'll show you the link to be able to do that. So once we're inside the WFG Campaign Manager, click WFG, and there's a web page function here. So if you liked what you just saw, what you got to do is just go to web page there. And also you got to make sure that your profile is good. So put up your picture. And so how you do that is go to the bottom left, click Manage Profiles, upload your photo, put in your office address, all that stuff in there. And then once you're done, I actually won't show you all that because it's pretty self-explanatory. And just go to the web page and click Save. And then, you got to put in your website address. So put in your first name. So if I were to put, Angelo, you put in that, you click Save. It'll actually post your web page right away. So just before we finish up, I'm going to show you the easiest way to get set up. Okay, now all you got to do, I know even if you're not wanting to get set up for WealthWave 360, it's the same link. So go to wealthwave.com, and then on the top right, click Get Set Up. Okay, now when you go into Get Set Up, it's going to allow you to book a time for our team to help you get up and running. Our team actually calls you and sets you up in about 15 minutes. If you're going to want to set up the WealthWave system and the WFG system, I would recommend you book 2 times with us. Okay, book 2 15-minute calls with us, and we'll help set up both of them for you since you added more time there. Okay, so this is the best place to go. Go to wealthwave.com and click up here, click Get Set Up, and then book a time with us. You want to have both things. Give us 2 times as well. I'll pass it back to you, Angelo. Thanks, guys, for having me today.
Carlin, if I am, just a quick question. If I'm a TFA rep, do I also, is there anything special I need to do to launch my TFA website? Or is that a separate website? Or is that already included as part of my website package with TFA as a rep?
Yes, you do. So if you are securities licensed, you log into My WFG the same way. And when you do that, it'll actually, can you see, let me show here. Okay. So this is the TFA website for those that are securities licensed. Go into the campaign manager through My WFG, and it will actually detect your licenses. That's how modern it is now. It actually detects that you are licensed, and it will open up the TFA channel for you to get you to launch your website here. The only difference with TFA is it actually needs to be compliance approved. So it takes about a day or 2, sometimes longer, depending on what their workload is to approve it. But this is what you get as well. So you can ultimately get the WealthWave website, the TFA website, the WFG website, the WSB website, which we haven't talked about today, all of them all together. And if you need us to help you, just book that time with us, and we can help any of you guys get that.
Okay, and if I want to launch my WSB website, that's all. It's all in the same spot, right? I mean,
exactly.
I just click that right. Channel. So if you guys look on the left side there, so whichever identity you want to have out there, you have WFG, and WSB is available to you for free. If you're a TFA person, you also have that added in. And then if you wanted to have all of it, you could add in the WealthWave. But any of them can all be booked. You can. The main thing is tonight, no matter what you got out of this, book a time with them, and they'll get you taken care of, right? They don't have to do wealth. I mean, if they want to, they can, but anyone can book a time to get that taken care of, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were going to show something. Were you showing something?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I was just showing a little bit of the. Let me shoot it back up here. Is the this is the WSB website, and the only thing about the WSB website, it doesn't have the same aspects as the WFG platform side, But what's great about the WSB side is that it focuses on your financial literacy campaign, helping 1 million financially educated families by 2020. So this really comes down to, as Angelo was saying, which one that you think is going to be the right. You're kind of the quarterback. You're the one that calls the plays. If you want to go using the World System Builder page, you can. If you are talking about securities, you're going to use the TFA one, actually. If you're talking about the WFG system or how we're different, you can use the World Financial Group website. And then, if you like some of the videos that are talking the WealthWave ones, use the WealthWave website as well. Completely up to you guys, and
all right,
we're here to help you guys get set up.
Perfect. I'm going to ask you for one last favor, Carlin. If you could take just a couple of minutes to talk about the event coming up. I know that there's a big meeting in Atlanta coming up in a couple of weeks with the WealthWave, and I know that all of our SMDs across the board are coming. I know even SMDs that haven't come to other stuff. We have a SMD meeting with Tom Dempsey on Friday, but I know there's a special event, and the registration's about to go out in the next day or two, and I want just people to know what you guys are doing, because I think it's a pretty special opportunity if you can get down to Atlanta. And I know you're involved in creating the agenda and putting this all together. Maybe you could give us a sneak peek, if you don't mind.
Yes, absolutely. So this is called if you go to wealthwavetv.com, this is what you're going to see. So wealthwavetv.com. The next event is April 18th here, but I think the one that Angelo's talking about is the one in May, which is the 2019. Is that correct, Angelo? You're talking about?
Yeah, if I said April, I said it wrong. I meant the one in May.
The one in May, okay. Yeah, so in May, we have this How Money Works educational and marketing system. And let me try to explain that. I think the words "how money works" is the best way to explain what we do, that we teach people how money works. You might have said that in the past before, but I really believe that this is the way to start the conversation. You can't really start with people now saying, hey, are you interested in making more money? Of course they are. But with what? I mean, you probably aren't the first person to talk to them about an opportunity. But when you say, do you know how money works? They go, well, what does that mean? And you start talking about financial literacy. And from that, you can now move the conversation to the business or to a client. And that is the way that we believe the future is. And so we've created an entire marketing system for that. And there's some courses, the ebooks and email campaigns and new websites and all that we'll be launching. This is going to be exclusively WealthWave, though. So it will not be available outside of WealthWave, because How Money Works is actually patented by Tom Matthews. He actually WealthWave owns the trademark How Money Works. And if you when you guys come to the office, we'll show you the official document of that, which is quite incredible. So we own howmoneyworks.com. We own all those. We also own the trademark for that as well. Give you a little glimpse about what we've learned. Last year at our convention, we actually went out on the strip and we tried the How Money Works challenge with people, just complete strangers on the street. And it was such an incredible opportunity. Like, we have these large cards, it was kind of fun. And so we went up and we were like asking them, do you know how money works? And we asked them, can you take the How Money Works challenge? Can you get 3 or more correct? And we had never done that before. I mean, we thought maybe it would be cool, but then it ended up that, let me show you the results. 2 out of 5 of them actually failed, and one of them got 3 out of 5 right at the end there. So the statistics weren't great. These are 5 very simple questions, and they couldn't get that right, but they all were interested in learning more after that quiz.